Chapter 1, Unit 1, In the Clothes Shop. Section B2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for some trousers.
Okay. Do you like these?
Yes, but are they the right size?
Try them on.
They fit, but I don't like brown.
What colour's best?
Blue.
All right, can I change them, please?
Yes. Have a look at these.
Yes, they're nice. What do they cost? How about 14,000 reals?
15,000 reals, and that's a bargain.
Chapter 1, Unit 2. How much is your shirt? Section A3. Today, Mrs. Sem Sithol is going to the market. She wants to buy some clothes for her children.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for some shorts and a blouse for my children.
Have a look at these shorts. Do you like them?
Yes, how much are they?
Only 8,000 reals. They're cheap. Do you also want a blouse?
Yes, how much is that white one?
Only 7,000 reals.
Oh, it's expensive.
Chapter 1, Unit 3, Clothes for December. Section A3. Listen to the story. This is Nara. It's December and this morning he's very cold. Nara wants to dress in a sweater and socks, but he can't find any in his clothes box. Now he's looking for some in Rata's box. Oh look, here's a green sweater and some black socks. And here's a blue shirt and a red tie. They're his brother's old clothes. Nara puts on the green sweater. What's wrong? It doesn't fit. It's too big and too long for him. The blue shirt fits nicely, but there aren't any buttons. But Nara isn't sad. His mother can sew on the buttons and he can buy a new sweater.
Chapter 2, Unit 2. What's the difference? Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Why are you angry, Sombat? It's not polite.
The shopkeeper not honest. His things are too expensive.
I know a very friendly shopkeeper. She's as honest as us.
Let's go there then.
What do you want to buy, Sophie?
A comb and a ring.
You can buy a comb, but not a ring.
Why? What's the difference?
A comb is not as expensive as a ring.
Let's buy a comb first then.
Chapter 2, Unit 3, Dari's Cousins. Section B3. Listen to the dialogue.
Hello. Can I help you?
I'm waiting for my cousins.
What do they look like?
One's a boy and one's a girl. The girl's as old as me. She's slim and her hair's long. It's longer than my hair.
What about the boy? Can you describe him?
He's 3 years older than me. He got short curly hair. Sometimes he doesn't comb it, but he always looks handsome. He's got square face, not round like me.
Chapter 3, Unit 3. The Tallest Man. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Look, Bora, the team are entering the field.
Oh yes, they all look very handsome and strong.
Do you know any of them?
Yes, can you see that tall man in the middle?
The tallest and most handsome ones?
Yes, that's right. He's my cousin, but I don't like him very much.
Why?
Sometimes his team doesn't win. Then he gets angry and fights.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, but his team is winning now.
Chapter 4, Unit 1, Traffic in Phnom Penh. Section A3, Listen to the story.
The roads of Phnom Penh are sometimes very busy with lots of traffic. Many people drive on them every day. There are lots of cyclos, cars and trucks full of passengers. People can also come to Phnom Penh by train, but trains aren't always safe. Buses are safer than trains, but cars are the safest. Cyclos are much slower than buses and they are more expensive, but people don't use buses in Phnom Penh. Some of the roads in Phnom Penh are good, but some are getting old now. People don't like to drive on the oldest roads. They want to repair them. People also want more traffic lights. With traffic lights, the roads are much safer.
Chapter 4, Unit 3, Traffic Rules. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Where are you going, Supi?
To town, Mum.
Champa's a busy town, dear. Obey the traffic rules and cross the road carefully.
What traffic rules must I obey, Mum?
Always stop at the road and look left.
Why left, Mum?
The traffic drives on the right and comes on your left. But you must also look right, Supi.
Chapter 5, Unit 1, A Telegram from Cambodia. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
What are you reading, T?
It's a telegram from my sister, Monica.
A telegram? It must be important. When did she send it?
Yesterday. Look, she visited Champa last month. That's our hometown in Cambodia.
Does she live there?
No, certainly not. She liked being there, but it's a sleepy little town and not much fun. Look, she changed her house last week. This is her new address. It's in Phnom Penh.
Chapter 5, Unit 2. What must T remember? Section A3. Listen to the story and dialogue. Today T has an important French test at school. He hopes to do well in it. So yesterday evening he worked with his French dictionary until late at night. He also wanted to write a letter to his sister Monica, but without any sleep he closed his eyes in his chair and put his head on his desk. His chair and desk aren't very comfortable, but sometimes T sleeps there. In his sleep, he talked to his sister.
Please excuse me, Monica. I hope you aren't angry.
Why must I be angry, T?
I wanted to write a letter to you, but I studied French until it was too late.
It's all right, T. I understand. But you must write to me soon. You mustn't forget.
Chapter 6, Unit 2, Making Plans. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
What do you want to do in the holidays, Sophie?
Go away with my brothers. What do you want to do, Daddy?
I want to work in my aunt's shops. Does she have any work for you? Oh yes, a big amount. I'm her shop assistant. I sell and pack all the things.
She must be very happy. What about you, Khmer?
I've got a cousin. She works for a company in Phnom Penh. She asked me to draw some pictures for her, but I haven't got any colors. Can you lend me some, Dari? Certainly. I'm not using them now. Thank you very much.
Chapter 6, Unit 3. Samad and Sambat go shopping. Section A3. Listen to the dialogue.
Would you like some sweets and biscuits, Sambat?
Yes, please, I would.
Which packet of sweets would you like? This one or this one?
The smaller one, please.
Would you like me to measure the biscuits?
Yes, please.
How about this amount?
Yes, that's fine. How much do they cost?
3,000 reals for everything.
Would you like me to pay, Sambat?
No, it's all right. I've got enough money.
Chapter 8, Unit 1, Where is the bank? Section A3. Listen to the dialogue.
Excuse me, Monica. I want to get some money. Where's the bank?
It's on the corner of streets 199 and 287. There's a phone box in front of it, and the post office is on the corner opposite.
Is your Thai hairdresser's near there?
Yes, you come out of the bank and turn right into street 287. Then you turn right again into street 200. It's behind the bank.
Is the supermarket in street 200?
No, it's in street 250.
Where's that?
You come out of my hairdresser's and turn right. You go past lots of food stalls. Then you come to street 250. The supermarket is ahead of you.
Chapter 8, Unit 2. Where is Cambodia? Section A3. Now listen to the dialogue.
What can you see in the picture?
A pagoda on a hill.
Yes. Where can we find it?
In Cambodia?
Yes, that's right. And where's Cambodia?
It's between Thailand and Vietnam.
Very good. Now, everyone, look at the map. What is to the west of Cambodia?
Thailand.
Very good. And what is to the north?
Vietnam.
You're nearly right, Kim Seng. Who can give the correct answer?
Laos. Vietnam is to the east.
That's right, Dari. Where can we swim in the sea?
To the south.
Good, Bora. That's correct.
Chapter 9, Unit 2, Stop Smoking. Section A4. Listen to the dialogue.
Good morning, Sakar. What can I do for you?
I don't feel well, Chenda. I'm coughing all the time. But I was afraid to come and see you.
You shouldn't feel afraid, Sakar.
But I don't like injections, Chenda.
I'm not going to give you injections, Sakar. You're giving yourself injections.
Am I? How?
Smoking cigarettes. Only your injections aren't healthy. That's why you're not feeling well.
What should I do, Chenda?
Stop smoking.
But that's not easy, Chenda.
No, but it's better than injections.
Chapter 10, Unit 1. Let's visit Battambang. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Where are you going for the holiday, Kim Seng?
Battambang.
Why are you going there?
Because of my uncle and aunt. They live there and I want to see them.
I went to that province last year.
Really? Was it nice?
Yes. All the farmers were in their fields. It was time to harvest the rice. There were a lot of birds, and we saw some scarecrows in the fields, and cattle near the mountains near my friend's farm. The weather was good. It was sunny, and the views were beautiful.
Chapter 10, Unit 2. Let's go to the sea. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
These are nice photos. Is this Pise?
Yes, we're with our friends.
Why are you all sitting under a tree?
Because it was very hot, and we wanted to sit in the shade.
Couldn't you swim?
Yes, but the sun was too hot. Look, you see? Everyone is wet.
Because you all swam in the sea?
Yes, all except Pise. She can't swim, but she's learning. Look at this photo. It's the port at Kampong Som.
I like the ships, but can you swim there?
No, not really. The sea's much too dirty.
Chapter 10, Unit 3. Can tigers plow? Section A2. Listen to the story.
Rata and Nara visited Phnom Tamao in Takeo province last May. May is a dry, hot month, but there was some rain and the heat wasn't too bad. Phnom Tamao is a famous hill to the south of Phnom Penh. Rata and Nara went there by taxi. Through the windows they saw people in the fields. Nara pointed to some of them and asked his brother, "What are they doing?" "Planting rice," Rata answered. "But those people in that field are ploughing." "What is more difficult?" asked Nara. "Planting or ploughing?" "Ploughing," Rata told him. "Why?" asked Nara. "Because people use animals for ploughing," Rata answered. Nara is interested in animals and hoped to see some at Phnom Tamao. At 9 o'clock, Rata and Nara reached Phnom Tamao and went up the hill to the temple. Then they went down and saw a sign. Rata pointed to it and told Nara, "There are animals in there. Would you like to see them?" "Yes, please," answered Nara. Nara saw monkeys, crocodiles, different-coloured birds, and tigers. "What's the strongest animal here?" he asked Rata. "The tiger," his brother answered. "Can people use tigers for ploughing?" Nara asked. Rata laughed. "Well, people should use the strongest animal," Nara continued. Yes, but tigers don't like ploughing, Rata told him.
Chapter 11, Unit 3, Beautiful Stone Faces. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Where did you go in Cambodia, Cass?
To Phnom Penh and Angkor, Bill.
Were there lots of temples there?
Yes, there were.
How did you like them?
Oh, very much. It really was an interesting experience.
Why was that?
Because the temples were very beautiful and interesting. I bought some postcards when I was there. Would you like to see them?
Yes, I would.
Look at this one.
What a beautiful stone face. Were there lots there?
Yes, there were plenty. This one is on a gate at Angkor Thom.
Chapter 12, Unit 1, The 6 o'clock News. Section B3. Listen to the news.
Good evening, everyone. This is the 6 o'clock news from Phnom Penh Radio. Our man in Phnom Penh reported a strange event this morning. It happened at about 8 o'clock. A Mr. Kang Sotia put his car behind another one under a big tree. Then he went into a cafe where he ate his breakfast. The tree was very old, and when Sotia was in the cafe, it fell down. The car in front was all right and could escape, but the tree fell on Sotia's car. It was not possible to repair Sotia's car, and he couldn't drive it away. Mr. Kang Sotia was very angry. Yesterday afternoon, the King and Queen opened a new school in Kampong Cham. They met a lot of people, teachers, and students. People started building the school in December and finished it in May. The King and Queen spoke to the people there and gave them some presents. They were very happy. And that's all the news for tonight. Now for the weather.
Chapter 12, Unit 3, Report from Samrong. Section B1. Now listen to the dialogue.
What did the stranger take from your house, Nara? A radio, a television, and a lot of money, Dari. How did he get in? Through the roof. Did anyone see him?
Yes, I did.
Oh dear, what did you do?
Nothing. Wasn't he my enemy? I didn't want him to shoot me.
You are right, Nara.
Will the police give us our things back?
Yes, they have them in the police station.
Chapter 13, Unit 1. How was your trip? Section A2 and A3. Now listen to the story and dialogue. Today, Dr. Mary Smith has a visitor. It's her friend, Mrs. Susan Jones. Last year, Mary went to the African continent, and this year, she will visit Asia. Now she's talking with Susan about her trips.
How was your trip to Africa, Mary?
Oh, very good, thank you, Susan. Ted and I really enjoyed it. Look, I took some photographs. Would you like to see them?
Yes, please. Oh, this is interesting. What a beautiful desert. Which country is it?
Tunisia.
I'd like to go there, but George and I are going to visit France in July. How about you, Mary?
I'm going to visit Southeast Asia in November.
Won't Ted go with you?
I'm going to work in Vietnam, Laos and Thailand, but Ted will meet me in Bangkok in December. Then we'll fly to Cambodia together and stay with Monica in Phnom Penh.
How lovely!
Chapter 13, Unit 2. Which country was the most beautiful? Section A2. Listen to the dialogue.
You went to many countries last year, Janet. Which one was the most beautiful?
That's difficult to answer. I liked all the countries, but Cambodia was the most beautiful.
Why was that?
Well, it has many ancient temples, a small population of about 10 million, and a beautiful coast.
Did you swim there?
Oh, yes.
Which was better, the Indian Ocean or the sea in Cambodia?
Oh, the sea in Cambodia was much better. There are not so many people, and the sea is cleaner.
How long were you in Cambodia?
Almost a month. It was the best holiday of my life.
Chapter 13, Unit 3, At the Airport. Section A3. Now listen to the story and dialogue. Mrs. Janet Smith landed at Heathrow International Airport near London yesterday. Now she is visiting her friend, Mrs. Susan Jones, and talking to her two sons, Bill and David.
What country did you visit this time, Janet?
India, Cambodia, and Thailand.
Why did you go to Cambodia? Did you want to see Monica?
Yes, and I wanted to see the temples at Angkor too.
How did you speak to the people there? Can they speak English?
Some of them can.
How about at the airport? Was it difficult?
No, it was easy. The people in the airport can speak English and are very friendly. Oh look, here's my old ticket. You can have it, David.
Chapter 14, Unit 2. Do you believe in ghosts? Section A2. Now listen to the story and dialogue. Mr. Om Sokha grew up in the village of Samrong. He used to live there, but now he lives in Champa. This morning, he is telling his students about a ghost and how it frightened him.
Did you see a ghost?
No. I heard something, or someone, knock on my front door.
Did you go and see what it was?
Yes, I did. I opened the door and looked out.
What did you see?
Nothing. There was a moon, but it was dark because of the clouds. Then I went back to bed. A few minutes later, my bedroom window banged.
Was it windy?
No, it wasn't.
Did you feel afraid?
Yes. After that, I couldn't sleep.
Do you believe in ghosts now?
I don't know what to believe, Kim sang. But I moved my house and went to live in Champa.
Chapter 14, Unit 3, A Ghost Story. Section A3. Listen to one of Mr. Om Soka's ghost stories.
This is a story about a husband and wife who lived in a small village here in Cambodia. The man was a businessman and the woman was a housewife. One day the husband went away on business and left his wife in their pretty wooden house near the forest. At that time there was a very bad drought, and the farmers couldn't harvest their rice. The people in the village didn't have enough to eat. But the woman was lucky. She had enough food for herself. She saw many people die, but she didn't want to share her food. Then, one dark night, there was a murder in the village. The people said nothing, but some of them saw the ghost of a woman. It always appeared at night, near the pretty wooden house, near the forest, and it frightened them. One day, the man returned home. He looked for his wife, but he couldn't find her. And the people in the village told a lie and said, "We know nothing." That night, the man felt sleepy, and he went to bed early. In the night, he saw his wife, and she spoke to him. "Welcome, my dear," she said. "Come to me." The people in the village never saw the man again, but sometimes they saw two ghosts in the pretty wooden house near the forest.
Chapter 15, Unit 1, Going Places. Section B1. Now listen to the dialogue.
Oh, this is a really beautiful picture. I like this place very much. Where is it, Kim Seng?
It's an island near Kampong Sam.
When did you go there?
Last weekend.
How often do you go?
About 3 times every year. I like Kampong Sam too, because there are some beautiful parks in the center of the city.
Where else do you go, Kim Seng?
We sometimes go to my grandparents' house near Kampong Sam. I like climbing in the mountains there.
Chapter 15, Unit 3, Journey to Ratnakiri. Section A2 and 3. Listen to the story about Monica and Pise, and then listen to their dialogue. Monica has 3 or 4 holidays every year. Sometimes she goes to other countries, but often she goes to different places in Cambodia. This month, she's going to have a holiday with Pise. They don't want to go to a foreign country. They want to see some places in Ratnakiri.
How can we go to Ratnakiri, Monica?
We can fly to Lumpat, Pise.
Oh yes, but what can we see there?
We can see the views and take photos of wild animals. We can walk and climb in the mountains. We can rent a car too.
Wild animals? Is there a zoo in Lumpat?
No, but we can see them in the forest.
Aren't they dangerous?
I don't think so, and we'll be in our car.
In the forest? There aren't any filling stations there.
I know, but don't be afraid, Pise. We'll only go to the edge of the forest.
Chapter 16, Unit 1, About the Khmer New Year. Section B, Listen to the dialogue. Mike is talking to Kim Seng's mother about the Khmer New Year.
When is the Khmer New Year?
It's usually on April the 13th, but it can be on the 14th.
What special things do you do then?
Well, before the New Year, we clean our houses, cook special food, and buy candles and incense.
Why must you cook special food?
Because it's for the monks. We take it to the pagoda in a container. But before they eat it, we must pray for our families and our relatives who are now dead.
How long is the Khmer New Year?
3 days, and they all have special names.
What do people do on them?
We go to the pagoda every day in the morning. In the afternoon, we play games or go somewhere with our friends.
What do you do in the evening?
We continue to play games or dance, and some people invite their neighbours for dinner. But the New Year can start in the morning, afternoon, evening or night.
What do you do when it starts?
We pray for ourselves and our families in our hearts. At that time you can smell incense everywhere.
Chapter 17, Unit 1, Travel Plans. Section A1. Now listen to the story and dialogue.
What time's our plane this evening, Mike?
20 to 6.
When do you want to leave for the airport?
At 4 o'clock. If you don't want to miss the plane, go early.
What time do we arrive in Bangkok?
10 to 7.
I'll be hungry by then.
If you're hungry, you can eat on the plane.
Oh, yes. When do we leave Bangkok tomorrow?
If we go before breakfast, we can reach the island in time for lunch. Then we can go to the beach, have a rest and swim.
Good idea.
Chapter 17, Unit 2, Monica in Malaysia. Section A2, Listen to Monica and Farida. Monica is on holiday in Malaysia. She arrived there this morning. Yesterday she felt tired, but today she is feeling happy. Now she is talking with her Malaysian friend Farida in a taxi.
Where would you like to go in Malaysia, Monica?
Where should I go, Farida?
Well, if you like history, you should visit our National Museum and see some of our monuments.
I love history, but how can I get to all these places?
If you want cheap transport, you should go by bus, but the taxis aren't expensive. What else do you like?
I love eating.
Well, you can't get bored with our food. You can eat Malay, Chinese and Indian food everywhere.
I know what Chinese and Indian food's like, but how does Malay food taste?
Oh, it's the best. Look, this is my home and it's time for lunch.
Oh, you've made me feel very hungry, Farida.
Well, Monica, we should eat immediately, and it's Malay food.
Oh, good.
Chapter 17, Unit 2, Monica in Malaysia. Section E3. Listen and check your answers.
What should people do if they are tired?
They should go to bed early.
What should people do if they like animals?
They should go to a zoo.
What should people do if they want to travel by plane?
They should go to an airport.
What should people do if they want to travel by train?
They should go to a station.
What should people do if they want to see a film?
They should go to a cinema.
What should people do if they want to have a haircut?
They should go to a hairdresser's.
Chapter 18, Unit 3, The Lion, the Tortoise and the Rabbit, Part 2. Section A3. Listen to the story. It is continued from Chapter 18, Unit 2. Don't be afraid, my friend, said the rabbit to the tortoise. Be brave and listen carefully to me. I have a good idea. Then the rabbit told the tortoise his idea, and together they made a plan. The lion sat on a big stone and waited for his lunch. It was the middle of the day, and he was very hungry. Suddenly he saw the rabbit and the tortoise. But where was his lunch? "Where's my lunch? Do you want me to punish you?" he asked. "No," replied the tortoise. "I wanted to bring you your lunch, but a strange animal stopped me." "Yes," continued the rabbit. "He said, 'I'm much stronger than the lion, and I'm not afraid of him.'" "Where is this animal?" asked the lion. "He's in the lake near here." "He lives there," answered the rabbit. Suddenly the lion became very angry and said, "Take me to my enemy, and I will punish him." So the lion jumped from the stone and went with the rabbit and tortoise. After some time, they came to a lake. The lake was very clean, and the water was like a mirror. "If you want to see your enemy, look in the water," said the tortoise. So the lion looked in the water, and his enemy appeared in the lake. Then the lion jumped in the lake, and he looked for his enemy, but he didn't find anything. The animals never saw their leader again.
Chapter 19, Unit 2, Kath's Story. Section A2. Now listen to the dialogue.
Where were you born, Kath?
I was born in London, Kim Seng.
Is London a big city?
Yes, it's very big. It has more than 50 districts.
Did you go to school there?
I went to primary school in London, but my secondary school was in a small town in the south of England.
Did you like school?
Oh yes, we had some very good teachers.
Did you study music?
Yes, we did. Music was an important subject in my primary and secondary school.
Did you study pop song?
Not really. We learned how to read music and play a musical instrument. Usually we played classical music, but sometimes we listened to pop songs.
Chapter 20, Unit 1, A traditional Khmer wedding. Section A1. Listen to the dialogue. Lucy and Nari are talking about a traditional Khmer wedding.
Can you describe a traditional Khmer wedding for me, Nari?
Certainly, Lucy. But where should I start?
Well, what do people do on the wedding day?
Well, in the morning, the bridegroom walks from his house or his friend's house to the bride's house. 1 or 2 men with umbrellas walk with him, and a lot of people with cakes, fruit, meat, and other special presents walk behind.
Who are all those people?
Relatives and friends.
I see. And what do they do when they arrive at the bride's house?
Well, the groom stands in front of the bride's house, and the bride comes out with the bridesmaids and receives the special presents. Then the traditional ceremony starts in the house.
Can you describe it?
First, the groom enters the house and the bride washes his feet. Then the monks come and pray. After that, the monks leave and 2 singers, a man and a woman, sing a traditional song. They make everyone laugh and cut the hair of the bride and groom. Then some relatives also cut their hair.
Do they really cut their hair?
No, not really. It's only a ceremony.
Then what do they do?
The guests eat a meal, and after the meal, the bride and groom open their parcels and look at their presents.